The Grand Academy Library stood majestic, a labyrinth of towering book stacks. As the group entered, Mira was already entrenched in a fortress of tomes, furiously scribbling notes. Mira, whoever invented these exams deserves to be cursed 1,000 times over. Ether, with a teasing smirk, well, the Great Ice Princess is melting under pressure. This is new. Kale, groaning and leaning back in his chair, royals or not, we still have to study. Ugh, what a drag. Serafina, with a firm tone, flipping a page, it's called responsibility, Kale. If you want to rule a kingdom, you need to master the basics. Kyan, chuckling shrew, but Kale, you're in more trouble than the rest of us. You'll have to rule 2 kingdoms someday. Kale, throwing his hands up dramatically, geez. I really hope Serafina has a brother who can take over one of them. Serafina, giving a sharp glare, read. I'll help you. Lumen, slouching over books, are we all just going to fail together? Because it feels like it. Lyra, smiling faintly, it must be nice being a royal. Everything is at your fingertips. Lumen, grinning slyly at her, you'll know soon enough. Lyra, after all, you're becoming one yourself. Lyra blushed, avoiding eye contact. Eric, quietly flipping through pages, scanning quickly. Lumen leaned toward him. Lumen, so brother, are you going to let us drown in these books, or will you save us? Everyone turned to Eric. He sighed, closed his book, and looked up. Eric, easy guys. We've got 4 main subjects and 2 days of prep. Practical exams won't be a problem. We're already good at that. Lyra, softly, so what's the plan? Eric, Serafina, what's the exact exam schedule? Serafina, calmly reading notes, well, we have day 1, magical theory. Day 2, math. Day 3, history. Day 4, dungeon combat and tactical studies. Day 5 is practicals. Mira, slumping on her desk, just hearing that makes my head spin. Eric nodded firmly. Then here's the plan. Day 1, prep, dungeon combat and tactical studies, plus history. Day 2, prep, math and magical theory. That way we hit everything. He explained calmly, clearing everyone's doubts. His gaze flicked toward Lyra when he explains a doubt to her. She noticed and turned red. Lyra, hiding her face behind her book, SC the book, not me, you doofus. Everyone chuckled, easing the tension. Day 1, magical theory exam. The exam hall was filled with anticipation. Students were seated in shuffled rows. A professor stepped forward, voice stern. The invigilator's voice boomed across the room as he informed the students that the question papers would appear magically before them. He warned them sternly that any attempt at cheating would result in immediate dismissal. With that, he gave the signal to begin. Sheets of parchment shimmer into existence. Everyone flips them open. Eric reads calmly, closes his eyes, memorizes, then rotates his pen and writes smoothly. Within minutes, he finishes, checks once, and stands. Students, gasping, whispering already. Eric submits his paper and strolls out. Later, the others find him under a tree, asleep. Kale, seriously? We're dying in there, and he's taking a nap. Ether, teasing, that's our Eric for you. Eric yawns awake. Eric, I hate written exams. Nothing to do after finishing early. On the second day, the math exam plagued most students with its complex formulas. Eric, however, tackled each problem methodically, completing the exam an hour before time. Lumen panicked at a problem. Ugh, what was the method again? She recalls Eric's explanation, applies it, and smiles as she solves it. The history exam followed next. Eric was in his element, his pen dancing across the paper at lightning speed. When he turned in his paper within a mere minute, Professor, sit down. You will remain here until the time ends. Eric, what? Such a drag. Eric sighed and gives him the paper and laid his head on his desk and falls asleep. The class erupts in laughter. The tone changed on the 4th day with dungeon combat and tactical studies. Here, students were tasked with drawing diagrams and explaining strategies. Day 4, dungeon combat and tactical studies. A more serious tone. Students draw diagrams, explain strategies. Eric and Serafina excel, carefully writing detailed tactical notes. Serafina, glancing sideways at Eric, taking your time for once. Eric, this one's worth it. Day 5, practicals. The training grounds. Multiple glowing targets float in the air. The professor speaks. Professor, 2 chances. Destroy as many targets as possible. Lyra steps forward. She cloaks her abyssal magic with dark magic. Lyra, dark magic. Thrill ion dark. Black balls piercing every target. Mira, ether, Kale, Cayenne, Lumen, all unleash their frustration from 4 days of exams, demolishing every target with overwhelming force. Serafina steps forward and unleashes a swirling hurricane, annihilating the targets. Finally, Eric walks up. He raises his hand. Eric, divine magic, divine dragon's roar. A golden dragon emerges, but instantly flickers and vanishes. Eric, gritting teeth, to sit out again. Ether, come on, brother. Finish this. Lumen, yeah, don't make us wait. Eric, light magic, radiant sphere. A glowing orb forms, releasing hundreds of spears of light, piercing every target. Professor impressive. Later, the group gathers. They all share lunch, laughing. Then head to physical drills, fighting valiantly as a group. By sunset, exams are done.